Swag up to the tip top, all the way down, she liking my drip. Rolex don't tick tock, bust down, she liking my drip. Money don't fold, getting paid now, yeah.
Yep. Black man, black fan, black woman. Welcome to Black Dad Code, where everything we do before family, but nothing before family. America, America, America. Once again, it's your favorite guy from Major High, Kelly Major.
I'm Kevin Bailey.
I'm DDub the Go-Getter.
Today, we got a guest fill-in for our boy, Chuck. He's not with us today. He's got to have some other things to do. So we got DDub the Go-Getter in the house with us today. DDub, can you introduce yourself and tell everybody about you?
Man, I'm DDub the Go-Getter, like I said. I've been doing my thing for a while in this music business. It's really starting to pay off these days. You know, I'm on all platforms. Check out your boy YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, all the above, you know. But filling in for Charlie today. Charles is what you know him as. But appreciate y'all having me. Glad to be here.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, appreciate you. Some of that space dust. Some of that new Major High exclusive. America, I'm on here on some space dust today. Okay, D-Dub, let me ask you a question. So, besides doing your music, what all do you do for a living?
Other than that, I run our Green Room dispensary, the East Side location. You know, that's one of the ones that's coming up. You know,
Green Room, y'all see it right there.
I run the Green Room, the East Side location. We only come up right now. We building, but the area is starting to accept us. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Good area. You know what I mean? So, other than that, though, the music is what I do. Starting to start a few businesses. I can't really just say too much right now, but you know, I got my business hat on.
So entrepreneurs, you know, this is a panel of entrepreneurs here. We believe in entrepreneurship and multiple streams of income around here. And do you have any children?
I do. I have a 9-year-old son. That is my world.
All right.
Yes, sir.
What's his name?
His name is DJ, Daniel Jr.
Okay, Junior, okay.
Yeah. I got a junior on the first try. You know what I mean?
I know that's right.
So tell us a little bit about him. I mean, what's his likes,
man,
dislikes? Is he?
My son is the total opposite of me.
Really?
In school, I was more athletic, but my son, he makes straight A's. I ain't never made straight A's in my life. You know what I'm saying? I made something to get by, you know what I'm saying? So he got the other side of what I did have, you know what I mean?
Okay, cool.
But hey, I love my man. My man, 100 grand. Shout out to DJ, man.
Does your son stay in the same house with you?
He stays with me half the time. He stays with his mother half the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So a good co-parent relationship between me and her. You know what I'm saying? Good girl. Things just wasn't meant for us.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Did you have to go to court and battle for any of that? Or you guys worked it out yourselves?
None of that, man. We sat down and we talked to each other. Sat down, we talked to each other. What do you need? You know what I'm saying? We don't have to go through all the hully-gully. I know. So
Right.
it was a little easier for me. But, you know, I think if you use your words, man, and understand each other, you know what I mean?
And you see, y'all didn't hurt each other.
Nah.
But see, sometimes when you hurt each other, the hurt get in the way. The words can't come no more because the hurt be too strong. So by not hurting each other, y'all was able to use y'all words.
We just knew that we work better this way instead of living in the house together. You know what I'm saying? So when we split up, still keep the peace. We still a family. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you this: was that something that y'all kind of grew into, or was it just immediate off the cut that you guys were like, hey,
it was a process.
Okay.
It was a process. You know, it just wasn't right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? Because me and my baby mom was together for 13 years.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it was
That's
a
how long
long
I was
while.
married. 13.
Yeah.
Something about that damn 13.
Something about that 13. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But 13
That kill, Jason, ratio over.
I don't know. Once you reach that 13, it's like, let's see what you made of after this. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
for
But they said
real.
that's after 5. He said 13 is a number.
Yeah, that 13 is that number, man. I mean, but after that, we saw that we get along, being apart and co-parenting. You know what I'm saying? We know he's the focus. You know, put our personal feelings aside. You know what I'm saying?
How did he adjust to, you know, her moving out and being between two households?
It was an adjustment because he always thought we was gonna get back together.
Oh,
He always thought that. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm very vocal with him. I'm very vocal, so we talked. And as time went by, he started to understand what was going on. Like, okay, I understand people don't get back together sometimes.
Right.
You know,
you said something that I like. You said you vocal with him. And something that was different from our generation growing up to then. Our parents believe you don't tell the kids nothing, you keep them out of it, it's grown folks' business. But I found going through my situation, I had to tell my daughter certain things because her mind was thinking things that was totally off base.
Totally off base. And you know, all you can do is really talk to them. It's going to be other stuff that goes into their ears. Some people try to put poison into their ears.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if your baby is smart and you talk to her or him, you know y'all relationship, you know what I mean? And just hopefully she'll stay focused on it.
Coming from you're much younger than most of the guests we've had on our panel and us as well. So from a young perspective, what are some of the things, obstacles you think you experienced today as a father?
Man, I mean, really the obstacle as far as him not being as athletic as me, it was something for an adjustment for me. Because I just was thinking right off the bat, because he's my boy, he's going to have what I had.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but like I said, I didn't have to go through the courts or nothing like that. So it wasn't really a difficult process. It was just more of a process. And
I know,
just adjusting to
I know
it.
what you mean by that.
Yeah,
The
you know what I'm
athletics.
saying? Yeah, that was the biggest adjustment for me because it's easy to judge. Yeah, it's real easy to
I
judge.
have a daughter,
Yeah,
and when I was in school, I played everything.
right.
But we grew up playing outside. These kids don't play outside. So when my daughter's trying out for sports, I'm looking like, she don't got an athletic ball in her body. Like, how is she my kid? And then she's a girl, and then she's playing with other girls, and girls don't play quite like boys when they first beginning.
Yeah.
So I had to learn, like, okay, I gotta be supportive, cheer, clap dad,
Of course.
not coach dad.
There you go. Oh, because it's easiest to sink into that one right there. Coach Dad, make you want to run out there on the court of the field.
I did coach dad a little bit, and my daughter told me that it was bothering her. So this last game,
And it
man,
does.
it did, right? So I didn't say a word this last game,
Yeah.
but I just clapped a few times, and I didn't say anything. And I ain't gonna lie, that was one of the most boringest games I ever watched. And she like killed it. They killed it. They won both games, everything.
Right.
And it was like so boring for me because I was just like sitting there like,
I can't say nothing.
but I didn't say anything. I gave her her
I
piece.
can't say nothing.
I gotta give it to you, man, because you know, like I said to you, growing up, I played everything too, and just that intensity when I get around the sports, it's something I can't contain. So it's like I'm not a very, I don't know, I show a lot of emotions outside, but when I get on the sports, it's different. So like I said, not being able to show that emotion right there, I mean, like, I don't know if I can do it myself.
You're
man.
passionate. You're passionate about it.
That's what I'm gonna have to work with myself, because like I said, that'd be a struggle for me.
Well, this is one of the things she said to me. She said, like, okay, you know, for example, when you think someone should make a play and they don't make the play, you do that, okay, it's a face, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that don't mean nothing, it's just like the, Okay, she said, I'll hit the serve and it don't go over, and then you'll give that look, and I
That
know you're
facial
disappointed.
expression. Yeah.
She said, and then I can't play no more.
Yeah. I mean,
And I'm like, I'm not mad, upset, nothing. That's just the So I had to do this yesterday.
quiet, total silence.
Total silence, right? And her,
I'm looking over at you like,
she look every time she see what I do, and I'm just like, ain't gonna do nothing, man. Nothing.
Hey, but you gotta know though, when they out there though, their number one thing is to impress you. Everything they do out there, they gonna look over there to their cheering section and see your face to get your approval, to see what your expression is. So if you got a bad expression on your face, I mean, that's just...
Yeah, she said to me, she said, was you mad at me and disappointed? I said, no. I said, that's just the eyes. She said, when you do that
She
face,
wanna look
though,
up, she wanna
it
look
throw
up there and
me
see a
out.
smiling face.
Right. So
Yeah.
check it out. So that's what I gotta. So I still gotta adjust.
Yeah.
Because I did the no emotions, but I gotta learn now how to do like the smile, like cheer, but without the So man,
You got a face you gotta put on. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, they all need their cheering section, bro.
Yeah.
You know.
So I feel you with your son not taking out the athletics.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Which he's good in his own way. His thing is soccer. You know, I'm basketball, football, baseball.
Okay.
And, you know, and I was a lead the way type of guy. Basketball, point guard. Baseball, pitcher. Football, quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a lead the way type of guy. That's just how I'm made. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He more of a he want a good teammate beside him to go hard with him, and he'll go hard. He's like that, you know what I'm saying? But ain't nothing wrong with that. It's kind of like a Scottie Pippen.
Right.
You know somebody
and
good.
without him, Jordan wouldn't have got
You
6.
see what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen was a guy who he needs somebody good beside him, and I'll go hard if I see you going hard. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So is he like that in like everything, or just kind of like?
Just sports, because as far as academics, he's an individual.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? He's an individual. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? But he's a natural born leader, just like myself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Kids kind of flock to him in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So what grade is he in now?
He is a 3rd grader, man.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's a
I
3rd
remember
grader.
3rd grade,
Third grader
man.
and playing soccer right now. You know, so.
Okay. So now, have you had to talk with him or anything about, sex, him coming into puberty, anything like that? Because I know we always do it with the girls,
Yeah.
but I always ask the guy dads, like boy dads, like, do you have that talk with your sons?
The sex part, not so much yet. He knows some, but we have had to talk about the LGBT,
Yeah.
Right.
You get me?
Yes.
We've had to have that talk because there's people around his age range just feeling that they that way. You know what I mean? So I want him, man.
Yes.
Yes, they
Yes.
coming young, bro. They
Yes.
coming young, so I just be trying to explain to him,
Yes.
just because they're different than you and they don't like what you like, that don't give you a reason to dislike them or to judge them or talk about them. That's just the way that they do their thing. You got your thing, you do. You know what I'm saying? But don't judge them how they do their thing over there. You know what I'm saying? And that part though, we had to have a talk about. You know what I'm saying? So he understands that part.
I'm gonna ask you a tough question right now, because we from different age generations, and we have our perspective and feel about it, and everything like that. Do you feel like society is forcing this on us, or do you feel like this is just the natural course of where it's at?
Man, in a way, I feel like it's kind of being forced. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's what they see around them every day.
Yeah.
Right. I definitely do. I want to hear your inspiration. I definitely feel like
man,
it's being forced.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
almost like, and that happens with everything in life. And it's like, first they had no rights, and we had, and straight heterosexual folks had all the rights. Now it's like, anything you said against heterosexuality, you was looked at as wrong. Anything that supported homosexuality, you was looked at as wrong. Now it's done swung the whole opposite. Now it's like homosexuality got all the rights. So anything you say against that, you wrong.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's went from one swing all the way to the other swing. And eventually it'll balance itself out, because that's what things do. When things, mostly they go from this, they go to this, then they find their balance.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see what this balance is gonna look like. But we definitely are on the swing right now, where it's almost as if they got more rights than the people who's not with it do have.
Well, I
Man.
think the biggest thing is because, like I said too, I hate to put it like that, but it's the hot thing right now. And like you said too, as far as like, you see everything on the phone and you see the stuff on the TV. And like I said too, everybody has a choice in life. But like I said too, in the 3rd grade though, like I said too, in the 3rd grade, that's just too early to be thinking about certain things like that.
Oh yeah. Okay. I got a perfect example for y'all. Old Town Road, the song, was my son's jam.
Yeah.
I mean jamming. If we getting in the car, he said play it. Somehow he got wind that the artist was gay.
Yeah.
So we listening to the song in the car, and he like, Daddy, turn that off. This is your cut. You know what I'm saying? What's going on with you? Talk to me. You know what I'm saying? He ended up saying it. They told me that he was gay. Look, man, he may be, but if you like that song, it's a good song. It don't matter who made the song, Don't let nobody put in your head that you should judge him just because he's gay.
Just because you don't like some characteristics of a person, don't mean you have to deny the characteristics you do like.
If it's a good
And that's
song,
any
if
human
it's a
being.
good song, it's a good song. You know what I'm saying? I'm one to like good music.
Okay, so what you're saying now, I'm gonna throw a curve right now, but we throwing curves today. But see, you young enough to hit my curves. So, okay, what you saying that then about, you told your son if he liked the song then about Old Town Road, even though he was gay, you like you should still play it. How did you feel then about people playing R. Kelly's music?
That man made timeless music, man. Hey. Listen, man.
I think he might have hit you with that ball. He might have hit you with that one, man. Ain't no curveball.
All right.
Because you know people feel some type of way nowadays about playing R. Kelly's music because he's a pedophile, but his music is good.
Just like you said, man, I come from a different era, and R. Kelly was a big part of my coming up. I really can't say nothing on that man's personal life and what he did, you know what I'm saying? But as far as his music goes, I'm still bumping it.
That's what I want to know.
I still got the bumping,
okay.
you know?
Still bumping it, right?
Yeah, because ain't nobody fit to beat him in the verses. Yeah. They know what that man brings to the table. Y'all know what that man brings to the table.
And don't bring your kids.
We talk about ourselves. True that. But hey, yeah, I mean, but you know.
But you know, a little bit of that though, just real talk, just not saying it was right, because we all know it was wrong.
Right,
but that was the culture then.
Yeah.
It was more so the culture then that if dudes had money, like mothers would force their young daughters out there on them because they want to change the way they was living.
Yeah.
Again, not saying it was right or nothing, but it was a different time and culture than it is in today's world. So we're judging somewhat by today's lenses and perspective, and we're being extra harsh where if we was to look at from those days' perspectives, what was really going on, man, because I remember going to school and being in the 8th grade and grown dope boys coming to our high school parties and wanting to beat us up, right? Because we dancing with our classmate, which is their girlfriend.
Yeah.
I grew up competing against grown men ever since 8th grade. I can remember competing against grown men for my classmates. So the whole society was pedophiles, actually.
Girls was looking down at you at school like, I got me a grown man.
I got me a grown man. He got a car. He got money. Take me to the mall.
What can you do for me?
Right. What can you do? I live with mama. I'm
you in the same grade.
I got a skateboard. I can do a skip kick.
That's as good as it's gonna get. Take the work together.
So with that being said, that was the culture, you know, sort of back then, man. Just like with the selling of drugs. You know, when I came up, the dope dealers, the police, everybody knew who they was. They was local heroes.
There you go.
So I was like, I can't shoot a rock, but I can sling one.
Yeah.
So you get in where you get in as a young boy trying to find your way and make your own. Now I'm gonna tell you there's something good that came about that from that I don't want to never be taken away. Yes, we paid dearly for what we did, and it was a crime. But it also taught us to be ambitious and go for goals, to want to be able to make money on your own and be self-sufficient.
Yes, sir.
As a man, yes, I took out like, I'm going to do my own. Ain't nobody got to take care of me.
Yeah.
And I was a boy with that kind of mentality because that's what I was in the community I was seeing in. So now in your generation, because you see what it did to us, how do y'all look at that now?
What you mean as far as like the crack epidemic and
everything and all of that? I mean, because how it's transpired to today's times.
Man, I was coming up and I was able to see it. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of the way that the children act now got a lot to do with that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that was going on. You know what I'm saying? Because I came up in the era where there was nothing but crack selling and gang banging. All the way 360 around me. Crack selling and gang banging.
Right.
And you know, but I went to school with white folks, but still lived in the hood. Right. So, you know, I was able to see both sides of it. You know what I'm saying? Each day. Go to school out here and have to know how to talk around these people. You know what I'm saying? Then go back home and have to be able to stand up to anybody that want to try to bully you.
I totally relate. That was me. I actually lived in the condominiums in a good area, but I hung out in the projects every day because the kids there, I couldn't relate to them. Because I came from the projects and my family came up and we moved to that, so I wasn't used to the corniness and where I lived at, so I hung out in the projects every day. But now I'm the rich kid coming to the projects, so I had to fight and prove I was hard enough to hang.
Because they're going to test you.
Right.
They're going to test you. Yeah. You're going to bring your spoiled ass over here?
Right.
They're going to test you.
Right.
But that's how I had to deal with that part of it too. Because moms was always a hard worker. So she always, even if she didn't have it, she seemed like she still gave it to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But coming up like that, I was just able to be smart enough to not really jump off into gang banging and shit, both feet. You know what I'm saying? Or jump off into anything else negative.
So what you having coming from that era, and now you having a child, how do you think that era affected how your generation parent now? What do you do differently from our era or anything? Or
well, you know, ass whoopings. We can cuss on here, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
You know, ass whoopings was a part of our bringing up, but it's different now. Because the way that my son operates is like I don't have to whoop him. He'll almost tear up if I'm saying the wrong thing to him. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how to talk to him.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But I see a lot of parents. It ain't no rule book when it comes to this parenting, man. But I see a lot of parenting that I don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? But I do see a lot of people raise good kids. You know what I'm saying? And me, I just try to stay involved.
Yeah.
My son is with me half the time, but I take him to school every morning. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
You said an interesting thing. You said you see a lot of things you don't agree with. One of the things we ask every guest is, we ask first, what is something that you feel should be a part of Black Dad Code that Black Dads should be doing, that should be mandatory, like, we got to do this, and if you ain't doing it, you need to step it up? What's something?
My thing, and nobody probably even think about this, as guys, take your son to school every morning. You know what I mean? Take your son to school every morning, talk to him on the way there, connect with him, you know what I'm saying? Because when it comes to these women, and it's not all of them, you know what I'm saying? But me, my thing, attendance at school is a big thing.
Yes.
Attendance at school, because after those rack up, you know, the grades and stuff start going down. And you got some people who don't mind keeping their kid home from school just for something small.
Yeah.
That man need to be at school. He need to be at school, or this little girl need to be at school. You know what I'm saying? So as far as guys, I feel like we should be the one to take our son to school or our daughter to school every morning.
I do.
And
I've done all my life, all our life.
Yeah, you know, I feel like we should be the one to take them to school and let the women pick them up if that's what they want to. That's a good 50-50 thing if you're co-parenting, you know what I'm saying? Or even if you're married, it's a good, you know what I mean, a good way to work things out. But me, myself, I like to take him to school. I like to be hands-on with his teachers. I like to, you know what I'm saying, know what they're talking about and know what's going on. So
what are some of the conversations you guys talk about in the morning?
Really, I mean, that's our time. Some people talk at dinner, me and him talk in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I have my coffee, he have a donut. You know what I'm saying? So we both got our sugar buzz. So I'm like, what's up? What's up with you? Talk to me. You know, tell me what's up. Oh, I got a friend at school or whatever. We had a disagreement, but I just told him I'll agree to disagree. I said a third grader telling another third grader I'll agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that was a good way to handle it.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Good soul, yeah.
Yeah. He a good soul. You know what I mean? But his teacher was the one to tell me, hey, your son is a natural born leader. You know what I mean? So he got that academics down. You know what I'm saying?
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. You talked about your mother just working hard and stuff like that. What was your relationship like with your father?
My father was always in my life. Him and my mom wasn't together, but he is always at one to where if I think I ain't saw him in a second, he finna come up pulling my coattail.
Gotcha.
What's up with you? What you doing? You know what I'm saying? What's going on with you? You know what I mean? So, my dad is one of the type of cats that's say if you got a small town and people go and work at the town mill, he got that type of mentality.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm gonna work this job and I'm gonna get my 401k. I'm gonna retire and keep things real simple. You know what I'm saying? So that's how he is, you know. But always in my life, all my life, you know what I'm saying? So.
And you know, when you think about it, if you just think about it on the surface, you're like, okay, but maybe now, because me and my daughter's been watching Roots, right? Because I wanted to know, you know, some of how things come to, because nowadays these kids don't have a clue.
Right.
And where she goes to school at, she experiences racism. A little girl came up to her and asked her, would she be her slave? So, you know,
really?
right. Oh, yes, really.
Man.
Yes, so, you know, so.
It would have took some restraint there, but, you know, this is the world we live in.
This is the world we live in, right. So, okay, so we watching this anyway. So when you make that statement, when you say, like, he's like, I just want to go work this job, I just want to get my retirement, this and that. That's a paradise to somebody who was brought up in the time they was brought up from what they seen us go through.
A paradise.
That's a paradise, because remember, you would get lynched, beat, killed, everything if you just say the wrong word. So to be able to be peacefully retired and have a steady job that no one's messing with you
a paradise.
That's a great life from oppression and slavery.
Man, my pops will hit me right now and send me the number that's in his 401k right now, just on G. Look at that, son. That's for me going to work every day, you know what I'm saying? And I get to relax here in just a little bit, you know what I mean? But I respect him though, man. Good guy. You know, like I said, it ain't no rule to this parenting thing. So he came up at a time to where he taught me what he knew.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He taught me what he knew. He tried his best. I'm a dreamer. He's not a dreamer, you know what I'm saying? I was wanting to dream and I'm gonna manifest that. I'm gonna, you know what I mean? From this music stuff. It took a while. I took the stairs, but I had a plan a long time ago. And it's just really starting to unfold now. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to my guy, Charlie. You know what I mean, Charles? Shout out to my boy, man.
Okay, being that you was born and grew up in the crack era, and now you see the technology and the opportunities that youngsters have today. How do you equip your kid or deal with your family and stuff? How do you utilize those things?
Man. Shoot me that question one more time.
Okay. I said you grew up during the crack era, and you know how we didn't have anything and gangbanging. And nowadays, these kids got technology and stuff, and they can make money, do everything.
These kids,
how do you transition with that with your kid and stuff? And
man,
with you yourself?
he's already savvy.
I know. I'm saying, how do you as a parent adjust to that and change up?
Man, I ask him questions sometimes. As far as when I make my music and I bring it home from the studio, hey man, listen to this, son. Tell me what you think about it. If you feel like it's a cool song, the kids is the first ones to know if you got a good song or not. Because they'll tell you, I don't like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right. They'll tell you, I don't like that. And my son will tell me quick, Daddy, I don't like that. I think you kind of fumbled the ball on that one. I think you kind of fumbled on that one. All right. Because as far as friends, I don't really do too many of them. I keep my son close to me and I ask him. You know what I'm saying? But as far as my GRE brothers, I'm a family type of guy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But as far as that, your question though, these kids can build websites and things like that. Right. Yeah. They told us that we could be what we wanted to be when we grow up, but now it's more true than ever that they can be what they want to be.
Exactly.
It's more true than ever. You know what I'm saying? So whether he want to build websites or whatever it is, I just make sure he know I'm behind him 100%.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To whatever that is. And I don't try to force my dream or my vision for him onto him. Let him come into his own and figure it out. With how many ways we got to make money, whether you sell a t-shirt, you doing tattoos, whatever you doing.
Right. And that's just the biggest thing about being a parent right now, because there is so many ways and so many
ways. Just don't go into scamming or nothing like that.
The way the information is being disseminated out, it's like
these young ones
the sky's the limit. The sky is the limit. You could get into anything and make money now.
Anything.
Okay, so then let me ask y'all both a question. Being that, again, from where we come from to where we're at today, what we're seeing, do you think there's going to be a time when we have our due and our just and our equality in this nation?
Man, it's hard to call.
I actually feel like, so here's the deal too, and this is just something I was kind of thinking, I do kind of feel like there's a renaissance going on, and the reason why I put it like that is because the way information is so readily available now. So in the past, we didn't have access to this information. So now this information is out there and it's readily available. People are starting to pick up on it. And so the thing is too, is it's like, you starting to see certain things and people are starting to grow with certain things. So now, in the past when you couldn't get these opportunities and information and stuff, like it's out there now. Mm-hmm. So I'm seeing certain things, so I'm like, man, this is crazy because we're making a jump. We're making a push on some things and it's coming. It may not be as fast or as quick, but I'm definitely seeing it's more opportunity just because all that's out there right now with the way this information is.
I agree. Out there. You got so much information right at the tip of your fingers. You know what I mean? So much information. The youngsters are resourceful.
Dude, I was talking to my stepson just yesterday. He's looking at inside trading. Mm-hmm. And a group, he was looking at, he has a whole deal about insider trading. And he didn't have to go to school, he didn't have to do any of that. Dude has a whole deal he can kind of look at, and there's other things, platforms on YouTube and stuff like that. So it's like, just like that, he ain't had to go to school, he ain't had to do any of that.
Mm-hmm. I asked this question for a reason, right? Mm-hmm. Because when we was growing up, we used to always say, and y'all don't know this, America, give me equal footing with them and I'll beat them every time. They can't mess with me with equal footing. If I got the same opportunity, they're not gonna outdo us. Mm-hmm. And we was brought up, our generation, with that mentality, if we could ever get equal footing. Well, with the way the technology is now, what you're seeing is our kids are getting equal footing in areas. Not everywhere, but in certain areas, the kids are getting equal footing. They're definitely getting equal footing to access to go after money.
Oh yeah.
That's what That's why we're also having problems with currency and things flipping and dropping and all. Because they're trying to figure out a way how to redo that because we got equal footing to it coming.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that being said, now we know if we have equal footing. Well, I feel I know. America, I believe, with equal footing as a race, we can't be beat. Because in anything we have equal footing, we're not beat.
Equal footing, you're right. Yeah. If we got equal footing, Bet against me.
Right.
Bet against me if
Right.
you want to.
So
We'll say that.
it's becoming that way little by little, right? So then I've been doing some studying. It's the month of Ramadan and I'm fasting. So I'm more in tune with what's going on in my spiritual side and reading the signs, right? So I know we was first, right? Or I believe we was first, and we were in charge, and we messed that up. And we messed it up. We fell to the bottom. Because remember, we taught all the other nations. They went to Africa to learn, Timbuktu. And you look in Russia, you look in Europe. You see our pictures up in their walls. In America, you don't see it, but you go around the world, you see we was there before everything. We was rulers everywhere in the world. So there was a point when we was on top, and just like everything, when we messed up, and you can look at different empires. You can look when the Spanish had their moments. You can look when the French had theirs. Every nation, right? And one of the things I was reading is the Quran said He give every nation a chance to be in charge. So therefore, then on the day of judgment, and everybody else can't, and no one could say, well, we was never in charge. We never had our chance. Had we been in charge, we would have did it the way you said and led the people correct. So by giving everybody a chance to be in charge, that do away with that. So we happen to be living in an era of time now today where we're not in charge, but we know we was. And we know, what does everything do?
Go full circle.
Everything.
Yeah.
And it keeps doing this until it's all over, right? So everything's gonna keep. So I feel we're more towards starting to do this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're almost like we're right in this little part right now. Like that bottom curve, about starting to curve this way. Because we're getting equal footing in certain places.
In certain places.
Certain
And
places.
I agree.
Not in all, but in certain places.
Not
but it
I
starts
agree.
somewhere.
It started.
Because look how many billionaires we got now.
Yeah.
It started.
Millionaires now. Our kids are becoming millionaires.
That's what I say. And a lot of black.
That's insane.
A lot of black millionaires.
Yeah.
You know what
Our
I mean?
kids becoming millionaires.
Yeah.
So also, with that, so is your son curious in the tech or things like that? What are some things he's interested in?
Right now, as right at 9 years old,
Yes.
it's sports for him right
Sports?
now.
Okay.
Yeah, sports is his thing. You know what I'm saying? Because he has asthma, but his thing is trying to top it. I have asthma, but I want to let these kids know that I'm just as good as them.
Yes.
Just because I've asthma, I don't want you looking at me no type of way. And
Yes.
I feel like that's good for him. He got that.
Oh, I love that, homie. You can't teach
He
that.
hates it when I
You
tell him he
can't
got to
teach
come
that.
over here and get his inhaler. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? That's my boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't teach. That's a built-in determination that you can't teach someone. They either have it or they don't.
There you go.
There's no
Either
real
you
talk.
got
You
it or
either got it or
don't.
don't.
You got it or you
You
don't.
can't teach that. That's just so. That's beautiful that he got that.
And with how gentrification is going on, he got basically all Puerto Rican or Mexican or white friends. He got some black friends, but it's just with the schools he go to, they so integrated. You know what I'm saying? Most of his friends,
What schools he at?
He's at Skelly right now, Skelly
Okay.
Elementary. So
Okay,
most of his friends are Mexican, a few blacks. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? But most of his friends are Mexican or Puerto Rican.
Okay.
And even on the north side of town.
I got a
You know
Black
what I mean?
Dad Code Tough question then
What's up?
of the day being you did this because I was having a discussion with a gentleman yesterday that was discussing the possibility of coming on the show interviewing as well, and I had mentioned this situation about one of the kids at my daughter's school asking her would she be her slave, and he said, why do you have your daughter go to Jinx? Why wouldn't you have her go to Booker T? So therefore she wouldn't have to experience something like that. And I was like, well, for one, I moved here, and that's the community I actually live in. So she goes to school where she goes, she gets a great education. Also, personally, I feel like that's the world we live in. And that's the cards that's built against us. So get thick skin right now and learn how to deal with it and overcome it. That's my personal opinion. How do you feel about something like that from a younger generation?
The same way what you just said, develop some tough skin, because there's going to be a lot of stuff you see out here, man. There's going to be a lot of stuff that's thrown your way, and you know you got to try to be the bigger person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So develop some tough skin, because, I mean,
Exactly.
I'm not racist to any race. You know what I'm saying? But you just got some people that racism is just part of their
Who they
history.
are, right.
It's just who they are.
Right.
Even if they play a different role in front of your face. You know who they are. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? But you just got some people like that. Everybody's not like that though. You know what I'm saying?
But tough skin is the main thing.
Tough skin.
Real life, because you're gonna have everything. You're gonna have racism.
Develop
If it ain't
some tough
racism, it's something else.
It's
you know,
something-
it's always
it's
something.
regular situations, regular everyday situations.
Right.
You
There's
gotta
always
have
gonna
tough
be a
skin.
challenge. So you overcome the challenge. You keep marching on, and with time, hopefully them challenges become less for us. And eventually, I know it is, because that circle's gonna swing back to where we're once again the dominant. That's just the way society works.
And I feel like it's getting better out here. I can see things changing. Just like you said, we got equal footing in some areas. You know what I'm saying?
You now have an opportunity.
Yes, there's opportunity.
It's an
there.
opportunity.
Yeah, so it's just on that person to put one foot in front of the other and take on the opportunity.
Right. I remember when we was in the military, right? And somebody acted like they wanted to fight you, right? They wanted to fight you because you called somebody out. And they'd be like, I want to fight so and so. Then the reply would be like, there's nothing between us but air and opportunity. I just
There you
took
go.
the air.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That means let's get it.
See, we come from an era of let's get it. Though.
Right, let's get it.
You
Yeah.
know, these kids now, they're not looking for no fist fight.
Right.
Yeah,
That would be your response. He call you out.
Yeah.
Their response would be, "There's nothing between us but air and opportunity." And
Let's get it.
I just took the air.
So let's get it. Let's go. I like that though. I like that.
And that would signal go.
Yeah, it's go time.
It's go time. Yeah, there's nothing between but air and opportunity, man. See, they have opportunity. We have opportunity now. Even our generation has opportunity. You have an opportunity to change your life right now.
Everybody has.
Everybody
Yeah,
does.
that's everybody.
You have opportunity. Yeah. Will you have to learn something new? Yes. Will you have to develop some new habits, some new social circles, do some things differently? Yes. But if you ever want something you never had, you got to do something you never done.
Believe that.
Very true.
Believe that.
So with that, Kevin, let me get a closing statement.
Hey. Just kind of like you said too. I mean, with the opportunities, try to make the most of them. Don't complain. I mean, like I said too, we live in a world too where, like I said too, you got the opportunity. You can sit up there and complain, and you can try to make something of it. It's your choice.
Closing statement, please.
Yes, sir. Man, just like he said, anybody out there, keep your wheels turning. Keep on putting one foot in front of the other, man. Don't look back. You know what I mean? I am DDub the Go Getter again. Make sure y'all tap into all my music on
Check it
all
out.
platforms. YouTube, pull it up.
And we'd like to thank our guest, D-Dub, the Go Getter, for coming through. And we had an amazing show. So black man, black fan, black woman, thank you for watching Black Dad Code, where everything we do before family, but nothing before family.
Swag up to the tip top, all the way down. She liking my drip. Rolex don't tick tock, bust down. She liking my drip. Money don't fold, getting paid now.